welcome back to the Director's Garage, letting it fly. I am your host and resident idiot, Michael, and today, folks, today's a reckoning. It's going to be a come to Jesus for a headphone I've been struggling with for a long time. The headphone? What's this one? The Hifiman Susvara. And what are we going to do? Well, we're going to apply what's in this box. You see, I've tried every amp I could get my hands on with this headphone. And no matter what I buy, what I pair it with, it sounds good. Really good. And that's the problem. You see, I have two headphones in the Director's Garage right now that sound unbelievable. Like, stop what you're doing, stand up and pay attention. Unbelievable. I'm talking about the Abyss 1266 TC and the Audeze LCD-4. Like, if you were here right now, I could put on tracks that would stop you where you stand and just marvel at the sound hitting your ears. I have two other headphones that are just below that level of endgame sound, and that's the Meze Elite and the Audeze CRBN. They are very close to endgame, and some of their attributes are endgame. And then there's the Susvara. Now, these have won shootouts. I mean, these were named my best headphone at one point. But every time I do an extensive listening session, I leave it with the feeling that I haven't heard everything that the Susvara has to offer. Now, there's nothing wrong with this headphone. They have great technicals, they have good imaging, good soundstage, excellent detail, and decent dynamics. They sound true to life. But they don't blow me away, and that's the real issue here. A $6,000 headphone should bring me a take-me-away sound orgasm. Very good just isn't good enough at this price. Every time I give these things another shot, I get the excuse, well, you just don't have the right amp. You're not giving them the power they need to produce a wow. And that's what ends today, because inside this box, I have $6,000 of wow in a box, and we're going to check it out right now. It's a big box, not particularly heavy, but this is really make or break time for this Susvara. If I can't get a wow with this amp, it's going to be game over for me. This is really the Susvara's last breath of oxygen in the Director's Garage. They're either going to respond or they're going away for good. You know what I mean? There are real consequences to what I do around here, and I do put my money where my mouth is. This isn't stuff that's been lent to me or given to me. This is stuff that I purchased because I'm a big dumb guy. I'm curious with zeros attached. Okay, I do think we are there, so are you ready for this one? Can you believe more bubble wrap? Oh my god, it's layer on layer of this stuff. I can't believe it. Yep. If anybody needs bubble wrap, make sure you write the Director's Garage at gmail.com. I've got your hookup. They just wound it. I'm just going end over end here until I get to a bottom. This is unbelievable. This guy went around and around. Okay, so I've got a box with an address on it here, but I don't want to give it away. All right, keeping it covered, let's do it now. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, I hit the mic. You know what this is? Can you recognize this logo right here? Do you know what this is? It says it's a Bakoon. It's a Bakoon, guys. I got a Bakoon 13R. Yes, folks, it's the Bakoon 13R. It's the amp that by many accounts is the end game amp for the Hifiman Susvara. Now, this is coming in a sleevey case for entrepreneurs everywhere, and a slip case once you get that off. So I think we're about to see the final product here. Nope, we got another thing. Oh, it's like a pizza box. Do you think they make pizza at Bakoon?
Ciao.
Wow. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Oh my God. This thing, first of all, it's heavy. This thing's heavy, but look how small this is. This thing's tiny. Let's take a look at the, oh, it comes with a remote too. Check this out. Wait. Little remote control deal. That's pretty cool. It's got a beautiful volume knob that you can kind of push in to set things on it, I guess. On the back side, you've got your power. Looks like some banana cables, and then you've got some RCA. Might need some instruction on that. And then on the bottom here, look at this. These are all heat sinks. These are heat sinks. Oh, they're heavy. That's why this thing's so heavy. But it's super tiny. Look at this thing. It's tiny. So I'm really surprised. I'm really impressed. So let's talk about this. Why did I buy the Bakoon 13R? Well, I've had the Susvara up for sale for a while now, but no takers. And this amp became available for a really good price, and I couldn't pass it up. And it finally gives us the opportunity to push the Susvara further than we've ever pushed it before, and see if we can't expand that sonic envelope just a little bit further and get this $6,000 headphone into the thin air. And I've noticed that there's no balanced input on this thing. It's all unbalanced, so we're gonna have to get a little creative here, it looks like. All right, well, I need to get this thing wired up, so here's something we haven't done in a while. Waterfall transition. You know, it's the little things that keep me going, don't you? Okay. All right. I have now wired up and fired up. You can see the Bakoon on the top there and the back. It is the basic same footprint as the Ferrum ore stack. So it's kind of interesting there. So I think it's time for this hi-fi man to either put up or shut up. We're going for broke. Literally.
Sound impression.
All right, this is the first time I've really worn the Susvara since I did the Mega Shootout. So it's interesting to get back into this thing. And I'm going to first start exploring. I'm going to go right to a hard bass track. I'm going to Dream in Blue by Los Lobos. And I want to get the question of slam out of the conversation right away. Can these things slam? Will these things slam? This is the track to find out. And I'm noticing off the bat there's more bass authority with this amp. I don't know if it's kicked me in the back of the head bass authority, but it's better. Okay, out of the gate, I don't have much bad to say. It's pretty good. I mean, we're talking about $12,000 paired up. And it's pretty good. Bass has authority, not too bright. Upper mids are tamed. It's going to take a lot more listening than just to get a fair assessment. Out of the gate, it's pretty impressive, I gotta say. Yeah, it's good, guys. All right, let's check out some different stuff. All right, I'm going to go to Led Zeppelin 4, and I'm going to listen to Going to California, which this should be a track that really lights up this headphone. It's an amazing, it's got mandolin, it's got acoustic guitars, pedal tone going on, and gorgeous vocal from Robert Plant. There's a ton of detail. I mean, there is a shit ton of detail right now. Now, from my understanding, there's a low power and a high power mode on this Bakoon 13R, and I'm probably thinking this is the low power mode right now. and I don't know how to get it to high power. I'm going to have to look that up. All right, next up I'm going to go to The Who. We're going to listen to Behind Blue Eyes by The Who. It's another one it's one of these songs that starts out low, grows. There's a ton of reverb in this. This is a remix because the echo is pretty crazy. Yeah, with The Who, this one's got the sound stage. There's stuff happening all over the place. The image is fantastic. Roger's vocals are fantastic. There's a beautiful bass that's just accompanying this whole number. It sounds like there could be a little bloom in there, but it may just be the recording. Oh my God, yeah. The song just got going. It just hit the fast part of the song. And there's just stuff popping all over the place. This is amazing. It's pretty good, guys. All right, I'm going to go to The Doors, and I'm going to go to L.A. Woman, which is another fantastic track. Another one of these sound stagey kind of tracks. It's a total mood mind melt. Fantastic vocals, great rhythm, great... Yeah, there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of detail here. Here comes the vocals. Yeah, the vocals are just painted in with this. Oh, there's so little aggression on this. It's so wonderful. All right, up next we're going to go to the band, and I'm going to go to Up on Cripple Creek off of their self-titled album from 1969. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting more bass out of this Susvara than I've ever had previously. And it's formidable. There's a lot of texture to it. It's very impressive. And I'm going to let's pause for a second while I talk about this. I'll just pause here. The deal is this. There's a part of me that really kind of wanted this little experiment to fail because I thought maybe it's just the Hifiman Susvara aren't for me. There's a sound to them that just doesn't quite get me where I want to be sonically. And I thought maybe the amp thing is more like an excuse for the fact that I don't like the headphones sound compared to other headphones. I want to be really clear about that because these do sound good. They just didn't blow me away. And I think we've made some major steps towards changing that, although in a very expensive way. And there was a part of me that was hoping that it wouldn't work so that I could just go, I'm getting out of the Susvara business. And now I'm not so sure I can. because this is impressive. There is no question I am getting more out of this headphone than I've gotten in the past right now. And this is just out of the gate. We've been doing this for, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe a little more. I'm pulling up time, but it's impressive what I'm hearing right now. And I want to go do some side-by-side comparisons with, say, the Abyss 1266 TC, and I want to bring in the LCD-4 from Audeze and some of these other headphones and do a little back and forth. I've got a few issues. One is I'm competing with... I got to figure out how to get this amp into high power mode. It's not clear. This is not labeled in a logical way. So I don't know what button gets it to high power. So that I'm going to have to figure out. And then, and I'm looking online. I can't find anything easily online that tells me what to do with it. And then I need to do some basic listening to this. And I'll listen to a few more tracks. But like I'm playing the band here. It's a full experience, and it's really surrounding. I'm getting immersed in the sound, and this is where I want to be on a headphone like this, more so than I've been in the past. So can a $6,000 amp make a difference in your system? And I think the answer initially is yes. Yes, it can. All right. I'm going to go to some Ozzy Osbourne just for the hell of it. And we're going to go to Diary of a Madman and Flying High Again. And this isn't a great version of it or anything. And the real problem is I can't get this headphone loud enough right now. But it's big and it's wide and it's Ozzy and the drums are great and there's a lot about this to like. Randy Rhoads, I mean, his flourishes, just amazing. Here's a guitar solo. It's just really good. I'm gonna go to some Cream now. I'm just gonna hear some Cream. We're gonna listen to White Room off of Wheels of Fire. I mean, Ginger Baker's drums are just massive. And you've got Clapton on guitar doing his thing, and then the great Jack Bruce singing lead. And it's just all there. It's all there, and this has been remixed, and you've got great separation. It sounds like a masterpiece. So my only complaint about the day is that I can't quite get enough volume out of these for my satisfaction. I do like to crank it a little bit, and I want to hear that. So what we've learned today is that $6,000 can make a difference in amplification on the Susvara. I got a little bit of egg on my face in some ways, but I really shouldn't, because my goal for this show is to advance headphones and find that next level. And I think we just found a next level for the Susvara that I just pulled the cable out of. Like I said, in some ways I didn't want to be impressed, and yet I shouldn't be surprised that this $12,000 combination is impressing me. And all I'm asking for is more, please. I'm trying to find more volume. So that's the Bakoon 13R. A 25-watt juice box that I'm gonna use to push a bunch of my endgame headphones, including the Susvara, over the next few weeks. The problem all along has been the HE1000. At $2,000, it did most of what the Susvara did at a third the price. And my problem was that the extra $4,000 didn't justify the gains to the Susvara. With this new amp, I think that's going to change the equation. Clearly, I don't mind spending money on stupid shit. I do it all the time. But the product has to deliver, and it's got to sweep me away. And I think we took a big step toward getting swept away in this episode. Now, next up on the Director's Garage, I have another endgame product. Product I dropped my own cold hard cash to buy, and I just can't wait to show it to you. It's so cool. So make sure you've subscribed and done all the things. I don't want you to miss out on something really cool. And the next one is just as cool as this 13R from Bakoon. So I don't want you to miss it. I've got exclusives in the next episode as well. Tune in for those. All will be revealed, but until then, I will see you before you know it.